Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your angel and spirit guide message for money and career. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. Now, I know some of you have asked, can I come back to this message after I've listened to it? Yes, for as long as this message resonates with you, for as long as you feel called to listen to it, that is your angels, that is your spirit guides saying this message has relevance to your life. So feel free. The message doesn't, expire during any time for you. It doesn't, not resonate with what your angels and your spirit guides are saying. So feel free to listen to it as many times as you like. You will always get something new from the situation. So I just wanted to make that, known to people because you guys have been asking. So let's now dive right in. I'm going to start with your spirit animal and your totem animal cards. Now, if you see these animals in real life or just a picture of them or a stuffed animal of them during this time, this is your angels and your spirit guides reminding you of this message. So angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Show me clearly, 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 show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have here the bobcat spirit, which says life is a mystery. And I love that, just reminding us that we do not have to have all the answers. And then the deer spirit, which is so sweet. It says bring a gentle touch, bring gentleness to the situation. So often in our society, in our world, we think we can just brute force it, just force things, move forward with this ferocity of spirit, this ferocity of self. And we forget that sometimes a gentle approach is the most positive and the most beautiful approach. So now let's see our chakra message. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. This one right here, which we have soul's healing. Oh, that's beautiful. And this one right here is calling to me. And that's forgiveness. Oh, powerful, powerful, powerful message, because your soul will heal as you embrace forgiveness. So this is your soul star chakra. This is located 6 inches above your crown chakra. This is your heart chakra right here. And there is a sense of power healing you and of forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others, and really knowing and embracing this fact that you are moving forward in power and in beauty, and in a power and beauty that you may not have seen, unfolding, but that is a part of you in a very real and a very beautiful way. So let's see here. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Scorpio, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. That one goes right here. There we go. Okay. So at the center of everything, you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is absolutely brilliant, especially with a money and career reading. That is astounding. Then you go and are crowned by the world. It just is increasing this brilliance. The 10 of Cups, which in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful cards that you can get from the minor arcana, the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. I mean, that's just it. Then we have the Princess of Pentacles right here, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but also a sense of really looking and studying your prosperity, your wealth, the beauty that is coming in. And the Princess of Pentacles moves and transforms and becomes the Queen of Pentacles, and that is being so much more assured and steady and vibrant within your wealth, your prosperity, and your connection with yourself. Also, your inner magic is really shining through. Then you have the 2 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. We have next the 4 of Swords, needing to rest as the world opens. So you're going to see things really start to open, start to change. And Spirit is saying, rest, take your time, don't rush into anything, which might feel very counterproductive during this time. Then you have the Ace of Wands, creativity, passion, really coming your way. You take this because it's depicted right here with the world. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which you are more than taking and is most definitely depicted here in this triangle. Okay, let me move these so that you can see better. There we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to start off with the Bobcat Spirit. And this says life, excuse me, life is a mystery. And as you embrace this, knowing that you don't have to know everything, knowing that things will unfold and bloom within their own time, and to trust in the great mystery, but also trust that your angels and your spirit guides are leading you forward towards something beautiful, towards something exquisite for your soul and yourself, something that is really quite perfect for you. And it doesn't have to be that anybody else understands, Scorpio. I mean, you guys have the reputation of being kind of a mystery, okay? And so with the mystery unfolding and with life being a mystery, you are embracing an essence of yourself during this time, and you are seeing its marketability. Now, I'm not saying you're marketing yourself, but for some of you, you might be trying to start your own business, your own brand, your own way of doing things in life. For others, you're seeing how your particular style, your particular view of life correlates to success, and not having to give up your identity for other people is going to be so important during this time for you. And then this moves us to the Deer Spirit, which says bring a gentle touch. There's going to be a sense here that you're going to think, okay, if I just brute force it, because the person who complains the most gets the biggest discounts, the person who can get the angriest gets the furthest, the person who can talk the loudest gets the most attention. And you're going to find here that just the opposite is going to work for you. By just embracing a loving, caring, peaceful demeanor, you are going to find yourself moving forward. And you're going to find yourself feeling more centered, more aligned, and more in sync with yourself. Now, with the Deer Spirit, this is also saying here that you might find taking things like lemon balm to be very helpful, to just calm you down, to help you sleep at night. Calms, rescue remedy. It's like, don't hesitate. Spirit is saying, don't hesitate to say, okay, I have too much stress in my life and I need to do something to help me de-stress. You can start doing yoga. You might go for a massage, just things to help you de-stress. Or having a cup of tea, having a cup of cocoa at night is really something that I find really de-stresses me. I've been loving having a cup of cocoa at night. It's just so wonderful. So just something like that, just something sweet and calm and steadying for you is going to be something that really helps you move forward in your power and in your truth, and has you really focused for the day to come, focus for the prosperity that is building within your life. And this is also going to be healing for your soul and yourself. And it's going to lead you to a place of forgiveness. Because as your soul heals, you're going to find that the anger that you have held onto, because everybody holds on to anger, everybody holds on to resentments and pains and disappointments. And you're going to find that you're able to forgive yourself, you're able to forgive others. It doesn't mean you want to break bread with them. It doesn't mean that you want them to, come over and have a great time with you. It means that you are saying, what, you don't have the power over me to make me this angry. You don't have the power over me to take away my energy, because you're moving towards the green right here, right? You're moving towards the money, towards the prosperity, towards what you value as much as money in your life. And it comes from being surrounded by the golden light of spirit. And it comes from a healing and a power of self. So as you are moving forward, we have here the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is absolutely beautiful. The Ten of Pentacles is generationally being prosperous, prosperity that's passed down from generation to generation, prosperity that breaks a cycle. You might sit there and say, oh, well, Dane, we're just not prosperous people. We always have this struggle. We always have this strife. And Spirit is really saying here, no, that's not the case. You are moving forward in the prosperity that you want in life. And you are breaking a pattern that might have been in your family, in your DNA for generations. All right. It might have been one of your karmic lessons, okay, a karmic pattern where you're like, why is this always happening? And you might sit there and feel very strongly about something. And then when you step back, you're like, why am I feeling so strongly about this? It's either not that big an issue, but it like when you step back from it, it wasn't that big of an issue. But for some reason, it just was like, it was like having a hurt tooth or having a nerve exposed in your tooth and it just hitting it and you seeing stars. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's like this excruciating pain for you, but it's emotionally. So here, I really see you, looking at things and looking at your prosperity, looking at your wealth, looking at your bounty and saying, I am stepping into my own. I am stepping into my own power. I'm stepping into my beauty. You have here the little girl and the Irish Wolfhound, and I love Irish Wolfhounds. They are amazing dogs. And so there's this sense of, this sense of gentleness, the sense of being this kind of gentle giant in a situation when it comes to your prosperity, holding up prosperity over your door, being blessed with prosperity as you walk into your house, as you walk into your place of business, being able to be taken care of. This person right here, taking care of the older gentleman who is, sitting on the chair, things being secure enough to be able to rest, to be able to breathe, because that is going to be so important as you are embracing this gift of passion, of creativity, of work, and of purpose. For me, the wands, what I love to see in money, in money and career readings, wands and pentacles. Wands for me is career, pentacles is money, and you have here prosperity coming in, money coming in. I mean, you have quite literally a whole row of pentacles. So a whole cascade of prosperity is entering into your life. And you are going to be seeing things in a new way. You are going to have a burst of creativity, a burst of inspiration, really looking at what you desire, the way that you want to move forward towards your goals, towards the greater picture of where it is that you want to stand. You are embracing a majesty within yourself with the stag right there. And there is a sense of the day and the night being equally as inspirational, because we do have that little moon hidden in the corner. So it can be that the day is much more inspirational for you than the night, but there is this power, there is this beauty, there is this prosperity, there is this bounty to you that is being given to you by divinity, by your angels, by your spirit guides, and you most definitely take it, because the world card right here has the cups, it has the sword, has the pentacle, it has the wand. So you are embracing this prosperity, and you're going to see that doors that were closed start to open. You are going to see a new chapter unfolding before you. And you're going to see yourself move forward with a grace and a dignity and a power and a determination of self that you doubted could be yours again, or that you could embrace. There is something that happened that made you think, I can't do this. And this is what you're healing from with the Four of Swords right here. The Four of Swords is needing to step back. It's not being prepared for a battle, because if he was preparing for a battle, the hilts of the swords would be up towards his hand. Here it is the top of the sword, so it's kind of like having to be mindful, because what you can be remembering can cut you, okay? It can cut to the bone. It can be rather gutting, right? So here, with the swords facing up, this is saying be mindful of what you are remembering, embracing, and healing from during this time, because it still has its teeth. It still holds power. So with the Four of Swords right here, you are looking at what you desire. You're looking at the way that you need to move forward. You're looking at what you need to heal from, because the Four of Swords is all about healing. It's all about stepping back. It's all about resting, taking care of the body, the mind, the spirit, and being able to call upon yourself with power. Not being constantly exhausted, constantly drained, constantly overwhelmed. So here with the Four of Swords, you are, yeah, that's it. You're sighing. It's kind of like, now I get to see and give myself credit for everything that I have been through and everything that has made the world opening up to me possible. Now, does this mean that all doors open up? There's no more struggles. There's no more strifes. No, it doesn't. But it does mean that beauty is becoming a part of your very being, that beauty is echoing through you, and that as you step back, because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Four of Swords depicts when a knight would come back from battle and how they would have their coffins and already prepared for them. And they would lay in their coffins, which sounds rather morbid, but it was a rather morbid time. They lived with death in a way that we in our modern age do not. And so he had his coffin, and he would lay in his coffin and think of all the ways that he shouldn't have come back from that battle, all the ways he could have been defeated. And here it is looking at your life and looking at all the trials, all the tribulations you have been through. And instead of being like, divinity, what the heck, why do you put so much on my shoulders? I can't stand this. It's really saying to yourself, look at everything I've been through. Look at everything I've overcome. Look at all the challenges that haven't broken me. And there's a pride in that. Take a pride in it, because as the world opens up to you, and it doesn't mean red carpet life, all right? Very few people get to have a red carpet life. It means to be contented with your gifts, your power, your ideas of things. And you might say, Dane, I don't know my power. I don't know my gift. Well, the world is opening to you. What you had once defined as being lackluster, what you had once thought was a disability or a disadvantage, is starting to turn in your power. Right? You're starting to see the grace of that struggle. And as you do so, you start to heal from it. You start to rest. And it moves you to a prosperity like no other. It's almost as if, and it's very much as if you hadn't gone through the situation, if you hadn't learned so much, understood so much about yourself, been tested, been, pushed to your limit, almost pushed to a breaking point, right? You wouldn't have this prosperity right here. And all of us as human beings, I know people don't like to hear it, but we are pushed to breaking points. It's kind of like we sit there and we go, I can't handle one more stress. I can't handle one more thing going wrong, because it tends to happen in like floods. And you're sitting there and you're looking at everything and just being completely overwhelmed. Here, it is looking at everything that you have been through and saying, you know what, I'm not alone. Because if there's one thing I have learned from working with people from this channel, we're not alone. It's not like only you were meant to suffer. Only you were meant to be on a journey of self-discovery and self-power and self-understanding. And if you don't reach a red carpet life, which again it isn't a given, everybody isn't meant for that type of life. I would actually find it absolutely terrifying. There is a prosperity and a purpose to you. That prosperity might bring in millions. That prosperity may be enough to keep your family, to keep the bills paid and your family secure, okay, and your life secure. And it's statistically proven that if you earn more than to cover your bills and to live without like kind of a hangman's noose hanging over your head, all right? If you earn enough to keep yourself comfortable, your happiness does not increase the more money you have. We think it does. We think the bigger the bank account, the happier you are. That's not always the case. So here, and that's very seldom the case. Here, there's a prosperity coming in. And it's a gift from divinity. There's something here where you've kind of been like a mama bear about it, or you've been hibernating on it. You've been looking, you've been understanding, you've been building, but you're very protective of your prosperity. You're very protective of your ideas. And the prosperity comes in. And you start to drum it out, to ring it out. It starts to become part of your song, part of the beat, kind of like your heartbeat that courses through your body, that resonates through your bones. And as you are embracing this prosperity, because it's a prosperity that frees you from generational strife, okay? That frees you from a sense of, well, this is the way it always was. Or karmically within your soul, like, this is the way it always is. You might say something like beggars can't be choosers, but you may never have been a beggar. So where does that statement have such a profound, kind of resonance with you? So here I used to say that beggars can't be choosers, but I was not a beggar, and it had to shift my mentality from being someone who had to struggle, because that is within myself what I thought I had to do, to somebody who was like, no, I am willing and able to move forward in success, into bounty, into beauty, into prosperity. And that's where you're at the crossroads right now, Scorpio, is what I'm really seeing here. And you think there's only two roads, and really you're not too keen on either of them. One might seem like that's what everybody wants you to be. The other one is kind of what you want to be, but you really haven't worked it out yet. And there's this sense of going inward. There's this sense of looking, understanding, seeing, and it brings you this studying of a prosperity that you truly want. And this is where the gifts come in. This is where divinity moves you forward in your career and in your prosperity in a bountiful, beautiful, exquisite way. And it may not be all at once. It may be a little bit here, a little bit there, a new way of looking at things, a new mindset, a new sense of power, a new sense of confidence, holding your head with pride, up with pride, looking at yourself and saying, wow, I've come so far. Yes, you might think that you have miles to go before you can even rest, but there is a sense here of it not being as far away as you think it is. It's so much closer. It's just that the path hasn't been seen yet because the struggle has been so real. And now that the prosperity is coming in, you also work during this time exquisitely well with an earth sign energy. Okay, if this person is too rigid, this isn't the earth sign energy that you're supposed to be working with. This is somebody who is your north star. This is somebody who is grounded, very rooty. Is rooty a good way to describe somebody? Very kind of earthy, very grounded, has strong roots, knows themselves, knows their power, knows the lay of the land. Now, it can be that you're reading a book about this. It can be like written by this person. It can be that you're watching, videos by this person. It can be that you stumble across in a myriad of different ways something that represents this person. It doesn't mean that you have to be working with them at work, at school, at home, any way like that. But it does, I am seeing here just something that is happening that is focusing you, that is having you look at what you desire, what you want, what you need, and being much more rooted, much more stabilized, much more centered. And here during this time, it is going to be very important. And what you're going to find from this person is one of the things that they're going to teach you. Now, it can be that this person has you reevaluating the way you look at your wealth, the way you look at your prosperity, Scorpio, because they can be taking a lot. And you might look at them and be like, wow, they're so popular, they're so successful. I want to be as successful as them. And yet they're looking at you with your self-assurance, with this, power that radiates from you. And they're actually jealous of you. They're looking at your wealth, your prosperity, your, passion as something that they want. And so here with the Six of Pentacles, you have to be very mindful during this time of not to give without getting anything in return. Because there's going to be a generosity of spirit and of soul around you during this time because you have such blessings, because you're seeing the prosperity come in as you're being blessed within your career, as you're being blessed within your passion. Your work might just be work, you might go home from it, not think about it. It's just a way to pay the bills. But there's something that you are passionate about. There's something that you are driven towards. And as you study it, you start to feel it resonating through your bones. And there's going to be a sense here where you think, okay, if I give it away for free, I will get something in return. I remember somebody once telling me, you never give anything away because then it has no worth. So what you think is being like super, super nice, super altruistic, it doesn't have the same value to it. So if you put the value of what you've worked so hard on, what you've put so much time and energy and effort and soul and spirit into as zero, that's what the universe thinks it's worth. So you have to sit there and say, it is worth. Now, not an unrealistic price tag, but something that says, this is worth it. And I know that it's worth it. All right? So even if you are putting things out there, it is saying, I know the worth. I know the worth of my heart. I know the worth of my soul. I know the worth of my energy. And during this time, Scorpio, what's really going to be beautiful for you is that you start to see it. You start to see a return on your investment. You start to see a return on yourself. You start to see yourself moving forward in power and in purpose and in dignity and in respect. And you start to see a symbiotic relationship coming from the universe, because it's almost as if your angels and your spirit guides, no, it's not almost as if, your angels and your spirit guides are saying, I've been waiting for you to realize this. I've been waiting for you to see your worth. I've been waiting for you to see your power. I've been waiting for this moment. And I am so proud that you stand in it now. And as you do so, you see that your cup is full. Because before it was giving, but it was giving with your cup being empty. So what were you giving? You were giving bits of yourself. If there is nobody to fill you up, if there is nothing to fill you up, but you keep giving and giving and giving, you become empty. And this is also saying during this time, be mindful of being pulled in multiple different directions by people who will not intend to give back to you in any way, shape, or form. They want what they want. And so you need to say, and you need to put down your foot and say, okay, I can do my best, but I am not driving myself ragged, running myself ragged, that's the saying, running myself ragged in order to get to where you think I need to be, or to do what you yourself should be doing yourself. Because there are people during this time, it can be colleagues, it can be, family members, it can be friends, where you're picking up the slack for them. And it's draining you dry. And here Spirit is really saying, it is okay to put down your foot. Because sometimes we need to hear that. I know I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be mean. The person's going to take it the wrong way. So here, it's going to be very important for you. And as you do so, the 10 of Cups comes. As you sit there and you have this beautiful symbiotic relationship with Spirit and the universe and your angels, and their wings are wrapped around you, there's happiness, there's joy, there's success. Others might not see it, and that's perfectly fine. They don't have to. This is the beauty of your life. This is the beauty of your soul. This is the beauty of you. And you are exquisite. You are exquisite. And this is something that lasts generations. This is and they all lived happily ever after. This is what you've worked so hard for. And it doesn't mean that, everything has to change all at once. Things take time. Things take effort. The first part in changing your whole entire life is changing the space between your ears. It's changing your mind. It's saying, I'm no longer somebody to be drained dry. I'm no longer the one who has to give and give and give of what I value as much as money, if not money itself. And by putting down your foot and by knowing your worth and knowing your power and knowing your heart, the universe, your angels, your spirit guides, divinity blesses you because you have been through so much. It's almost like the story of Job. I'm not saying that you have to be Job, who gets everything taken away from him, but it's almost as if the payoff is magnificent. The payoff from all of this is like Job, who had his life restored 10 times over. The beauty restored 10 times, wealth restored 10 times. And this is wealth or something you value as much as money. And it comes in and you see the power in resting and stepping back and embracing your heart, your soul, yourself, and the new passion, the new ideas, the new inspirations that lead you forward. There is going to be a wealth of energy around you. There's this beautiful connection with an earth sign energy during this time. There's a beautiful sense of roots and grounding and, being set free from what once had weighed you down. It's like Marley in A Christmas Carol. He comes in chains and is like, look at what my greed got me. And so you might sit there and think of wealth as greed and being chains to pull you down. No, it is said that it is the love of money that is the root of all evil. Not money is the root of all evil. It was a mistranslation. So, yes, to love money is smart. You would say, okay, well, you're supposed to love money. But if you love money above all else, and you make that your kind of deity of success, your deity of this whole entire world, which, we live in a capitalistic society, that is what it's become. You're not judged on your morals. You're not judged on your heart, your soul, yourself, your kindness, anything like that. You're judged on your bank account. We are defined by what we do, not who we are. And so here, you're going to be kind of rewriting a narrative and saying, you know what, I might not fit into your book. I might not fit into your story, but I am the exquisite main character in mine. I am the lead in this play. And as you embrace your prosperity, as you embrace your wealth, as you embrace your worth, you start to see doors open that were once locked. You start to see avenues open up that you had never even dreamed of. And this leads you to being blessed. And this leads you to your subconscious message of the 7 of Pentacles, waiting for the prosperity to come. You've planted this garden, and now you are starting to see the fruits of your labor come. Everything isn't ready yet. Subconsciously, there's still more time. There's still a bit of a way to go. But when the harvest comes, when the fruit is ready to be picked, it will be so luscious. It will be so delicious that it will take your breath away. And I love that it's over the Six of Pentacles. So then you have the Seven of Pentacles. That progression is really quite beautiful. And this leads you to your subconscious chakra message, which is self-mastery. You are mastering yourself. This is the solar plexus chakra. This is listening to your gut during this time. This is also knowing that what you put into your body is going to be very impactful. So what you put in is going to help charge you. So be very mindful of drinking, be very mindful of excess of anything. It can be drinking, it can be food. Make sure like leafy greens would be the best, vegetables, fruit, all that really healthy stuff would be really good for you during this time. But there's also a sense of looking and seeing, what you do, what you can eat that really charges your brain, energizes your brain. You might find that I find fish oils to be really quite magnificent. I also find that if I personally do not eat carbohydrates, I become like I can't think properly. So you're going to have to see those things, because you're going to see here that there is a mastery of self and a calling from your gut, a gut feel of things. And your gut wants to be on point, and it wants you to be as fueled and as powerful as possible, which leads you to the subconscious message of your spirit animal cards, which is the wombat spirit. Be at home. Be at home within yourself. Be at home within your success. Know that you've earned it. Know that you deserve it. And know that you are moving forward in something exquisite. But own it. Own it and know that it is so beautifully and rightfully yours. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. And I love you all. Bye.